You ready to let the dogs out?
What? Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty podcast.
I can't wait anymore. Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
From Wish TV, I'm Pet Pals TV host Patty Spitler. Hello. This is the Positively Patty podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Now, on this episode, we're talking with Meagan Keen, and Meagan is at the Indianapolis Zoo, and she's with the penguins. No, not the hockey team. These are the penguins at the zoo. What special characteristics do penguins have? Well, they're flightless birds, and also at the Indianapolis Zoo, we have a same-sex couple that's raising a chick. So you're going to want to find out all about that. And now we're on the Positively Patty podcast, and we're with Meagan Keen from the award-winning Indianapolis Zoo. And what is your title over there?
My title is I am the manager of birds and ambassador animals.
All right. Now, I specifically want to, because I just went out and did a wonderful story at the zoo in the encounters area with penguins. Mm-hmm. And I found out so many interesting things. Oh, and then I looked it up. You know penguins have knees?
Yes.
I was like, what? And I found that out. I thought it was amazing. So lots of interesting things about penguins. There's a lot of different species, too, right?
Correct. There are 17 species.
17.
You can see 3 of those species at the Indianapolis Zoo.
Wow. It's great. And it's so much fun. When I was there, the kids, they just press their noses up against the glass, and then the penguins, they jump up on the... Tell me a little bit, how do they propel themselves up to jump on the rocks?
Yeah, so the birds that you're seeing do that are probably our Gentoo penguins. They are really fast in the water. They're actually one of the fastest swimming penguin species that there is. And they love to shoot up out of the water and jump on the rocks. Wow. The rockhopper and kings are not quite as good at that. The kings especially, they're so large that you'll kind of just see them landing in an awkward manner or trying to crawl their way up out of the water. So
that's my spirit animal, I think, because I would land awkwardly. I'd just flop down and just, there you go. So you have 3 different species at the zoo, and something very special, an announcement. You have a chick, a same-sex couple that's raising a chick. Tell us how that happened.
Yeah, that's right. So obviously we have 2 males that had been in this nesting area, had become a pair together, and we also had a female who decided it was a little different. It is not uncommon in zoos for a male-male pair to have an egg, but usually the keeper staff or team gives them that egg to foster, to give them an opportunity to parent. On our case, a female actually laid her egg in their nest and then went, you know what? My guy's over there and I'm going to go back. Do you guys want to foster it? And they just stepped in and went, yeah.
The female went, I want the single life again. You go ahead and take care of it.
She was good to go.
And I did see now the chick has been born, or hatched, that's the correct term, and they're really good parents. They were, and I learned this, they were up there sort of keeping the chick, and you think it's a female. Isn't that what I've heard?
I think that they think the chick looks like mom, so they're hoping it's a female.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're kind of guarding the chick so she won't go in the water. Tell us why.
Exactly. So they just have down feathers, so they look like big old fluff balls, right? They're super soft. They don't have the correct feathers yet that are waterproof in order to get into the water without that being bad for them.
Okay.
Yeah, so parents will kind of herd them. It's kind of like watching us herd toddlers where they're out, they're exploring, and you want them to explore, but then you see the parents going, nope, that's too far. You have to come back over here with us.
Okay, and they were at the top of the rock formation type thing, and one was on one side and one was on the other. That chick wasn't going anywhere.
Nope. But actually there's a lot of space behind that rock that the public can't really see, so that chick was out there exploring all of those spaces. They just didn't want it coming down the front of the walk towards the water or towards other nesting pairs that wouldn't appreciate having a new chick in their space.
How many did you have there now? I couldn't count. They kept jumping and around.
We have over 30 penguins total out of
And
all 3 species.
The 3 species all kind of commingle, right?
Yep, they all kind of commingle. They tend to stick with each other, so you'll notice the rockhoppers tend to be on what we call large side, which is the larger portion. Gentoos tend to like to be on the small side together, and the kings go wherever they please because that's a big bird, and you just kind of get out of their way.
Now, in nature, they wouldn't do that, would they? Birds of a feather flock together, right?
Correct,
Okay.
yes. Now, they all are sub-Antarctic species, and what that means is they're all in kind of the islands around Antarctica. Gentoos, who are the ones that have the chick, are more of the cold weather hardy, and they do have breeding sites on the Antarctic Peninsula. But they're the only ones that actually go on Antarctica. The other 2 species are only found throughout those islands surrounding it.
See, I just love learning all this. Okay, so we know that they have wings, but they're flightless birds. But the wings propel them through the water. How does that work?
Yeah, correct. In case if you ever come watch them, you'll see how they use them to maneuver. As I said, you can see the gentoos when they put those down and they just kind of go flying through that water. We have the tunnel in the hallway where you can see them come underneath you as they fly through those bubble streams.
It's a little scary when it first happens. You go, there's a penguin just flew between my legs here.
Exactly.
But the kids get down and they look at it. That's a great experience.
It's really exciting
too.
to see.
Okay, and they go to there's 2 sides, right? At
Correct.
the zoo, there's so they really get a lot of exercise.
Yeah,
don't
they get a lot of exercise, and that terminology for us is large side versus small side, and then they're connected via that underground water tunnel, so the birds can go back and forth as they please.
They're pretty active. Then they started while we were doing the interview, probably a commentary on my interview skills. They sort of were taking a nap there for a while, but they know when you come in to feed them. I heard that they're kind of dozing in the middle of the day.
Yeah, they think, just like most animals, that they just want to take a break, where they're like, there's nothing really going on. I don't need to be swimming right now, conserving their energy. But when they see the bucket, that means fish. Everybody comes to the bucket. So during breeding season, they got a little spoiled. When they're on nests, we go to them, so they get a little special treatment. But right now, they're right back up coming for that food.
Okay. So what they fished, right? That's about it. That's
Yes.
what they would eat in the wild.
Correct.
Right?
Yep. Fish, squid, krill, things like that.
Where do you find those things? I mean, you don't find that sort of stuff at the grocery store.
No, we have what's called a commissary department at the zoo, and
Makes
they are in
sense.
charge of making sure all of our animals have the best food that they possibly could. So.
And your zoo is just, let me say our zoo, I feel a part of it now, accredited one of the best zoos in the country. We were proud to say that. Very big on conservation, too. I did look up a little bit about the penguins, and I was surprised to see some of them are close to the endangered list as well.
Yeah, and I think that's a kind of a trend you're seeing with a lot of cold weather and sub-Antarctic species with the things that are occurring right now, that they're going to be more vulnerable to things like climate change.
Right. Well, hopefully we're on the right road to fix some of these things. And that's a sad commentary, but let's hope for the best on that. Let's talk about the zoo in general now. You're open again after the COVID crisis and everything closed down, but you have to wear masks, correct?
Correct.
Do you have to make a time to come in, a special schedule?
Yes, you do have to time. Even if you're a member, you do still need to get on there and schedule your time to arrive to the zoo.
Because you don't want everybody piling up
Yes,
together.
we're still following the proper restrictions for how many guests are entering the zoo in a spaces at a time. They'll also notice if it's a busy day, maybe a weekend or something, we will have people stationed in indoor buildings where your mask is going to be required, and we'll be keeping track of people coming and going. So we make sure we don't have too many people in a building at once so that guests can spread out and follow proper COVID procedures.
Did you notice that the animals miss the people when they weren't there?
You know, it's a good question. I think sometimes you do see behavioral differences in things when they're used to it. I wouldn't say they reacted negatively to it
Right.
or anything like that, but we have, being in the bird area, Gronk is pretty well known. He's one of our Caribbean flamingos.
Oh.
He particularly enjoys people that come out just to see him. So I think we did notice that he kind of asked where his fan club had gone.
Where are my
so
people?
when we reopened, we did notice he was pretty happy to see that people were back out to see him.
Yeah, it's just when you go there and you see whether it's the bears or the penguins or whatever, they look at you and you look at them, or the seals, they come right up. So I can imagine they were a little. Now they still had keepers taking care of them,
Correct.
so they still had
Yes.
just not as many people taking care of them.
Correct, yep.
Why do you do this?
I do this because I love it. I love animals. I love getting to educate people, hopefully inspire people, the staff at the Indianapolis Zoo, that we see all have that goal in common, which is to inspire the next generation to want to care for those animals, care about the environment that they're in, and hopefully make sure these animals are around for many, many years past us to come.
Right. Well, I always wish there were two things when I was growing up. I wanted to be a veterinarian. That didn't work out. I'm no good at math and all that other stuff. And a zookeeper. I wanted to be a zookeeper. So, but now I get to do this. So I get to go to the zoo every once in a while and see what's going on
You
there.
can just come over for a day. I'll make you a zookeeper for a day.
Oh, okay.
I can take you back there.
That's a great idea.
We can make that happen.
I love that. Can I come feed the penguins?
Yeah, we can work that out.
Write that down. I get to feed the penguins. Oh, we got to do that. That would be a lot of fun. Also, I know that we're in a big, there's a conservation book out now that Dr. Rob Shoemaker was talking about. They just go to Amazon.com, right, to order that? Yeah. And also, you are starting the big conservation with all the folks all together, global conservation?
Global conservation, species survival, correct.
All the folks coming in. This is going to be the center of the world for conservation here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting for people to see that it's coming out of right here at home in Indianapolis. So it's going to be really great.
You're right in the right place at the right time. Good for you. And you did well because guess what? This was Megan's first initial podcast.
I was very excited.
You were perfect, just like the penguins.
Thank you.
All right. And one final thing. Don't you love the way the penguins walk?
I do. The little waddle that they do. They got a little sass to them, don't they?
And that's kind of the way I walk, too. So there you go. Thank you so much. Again, you want to get in touch? You want to find out what's going on at the zoo? Where would you send folks?
I would send them to our website. They can check out indizoo.com.
That's it?
Yeah.
IndianapolisZoo.com.
IndianapolisZoo.com. You have everything you need on there to schedule a time to come visit and check out what's going on at the zoo that day.
Wonderful pictures, wonderful videos, great reads as well. So anything you want, you've got it at the, it's all happening at the zoo. You're too young to remember that. That was a song, Simon and Garfunkel. It's all happening at the zoo.
Yeah,
Go look
that
it
went
up.
over my head.
Okay. You did just great. Thank you so much, and I will talk with you again.
Thanks. It was great to see you.
All right, and that's it for the Positively Patty podcast. This has been the Positively Patty podcast from Wish TV. I'm Patty Spittler. Be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you do that now. And check out for new updates every single week. You can also learn more at wishtv.com. And when you follow Wish TV on Facebook.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at petpalstv.com and stay with Wish TV online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.